In this demonstration, we'll show you the process of setting up a new company in Dynamics 365 Business Central. So the steps that we'll take, we'll create a new company, we'll configure the company with some basic settings, we'll show you how to get started as a new user, and then ultimately migrate some of your data into the application. Let's start by creating a new company. So to do this, I'll go ahead and search here, and I'm going to select companies. And obviously I've got two already set up. I'm going to go ahead and create another company here. So we'll follow the wizard that helps assist me in creating that company. So I'll create a company. We'll call it Company One. And this case here, it's going to be a production environment. It'll be, so I just need some of the setup data. I'll select next. It asks me, do I want to manage the users or remove them from this company? I'll just go next, set up that later, and then I'll click finish. And so the next step is to configure that company. So that company's been created. We created Company One. It's not a sample company for evaluation. You see that checkbox is not enabled. And so I'll open this Company One up, and now you'll see that it warns me to say, are you going to get started with a 30-day trial? Or, again, maybe I've already paid for this account. I'll view the terms and conditions, and we'll start going. So I'll click finish. So I need to enter in the company name, and the address, excuse me. So the company name came over. I entered in our current address. I can add a logo if it's unique. I'll add in my phone number, my email, as well as our website homepage. Do I want to enable the bank feed service, whether I want to be able to reconcile my bank on a recurring basis? I'll select the bank. Now I don't have a bank account associated or I want to share on this demonstration, so I'll select cancel, but that's where you'd enter in your credentials. And then what's my fiscal year start date? And so mine is January 1. I'll click on next. Now we do give customers the option to change their costing method for inventory, whether it's FIFO, LIFO, specific average, or standard. I'm going to leave mine at first in, first out. I'll select next and then finish, and that's it. Now the company's been set up. Users begin to access the information, but let's now talk about how I actually get started and learn how to use the application. So as intuitive it may be, by providing quick links and actions on the top page or the tiles to show me how to drill in, if I scroll down, you'll see there is an area called Insights in the Business Assistance here. And if I click on the Getting Started with Dynamics 365, I've got a number of videos that I could watch. I could read the help menu. So for example, if I needed help with how to set up sales tax, I could read the documentation or I can watch it. And then once I'm done, it'll actually tell me that I've watched it or I've seen it already. So if I click on watch, what this is nice is it provides me an embedded tutorial. I don't have to leave this application. And so I can go apply what I learned once I'm done. I'll close that out. And then the last step was to migrate your data. So again, you got a new company. We've personalized that company. We've learned how to use the application. Now let's get some data in here. So under the Setup and Extensions menu, I'll select on the Assisted Setup. And there are a number of different wizards that help streamline some of the implementation of our business application. In this case here, since I've already set up the company, I'm just going to follow down the list of migrating my business data. And again, the wizard just asks me to follow next. You'll see from the drop-down menu here, by default, the first in the list is Excel. There are some already integrated wizards to help you map to previous business applications that you might be using. In my case, I'm just going to use the data that we already have exported into Excel. I'll select on next and then next. Now I need to go choose that file, which I actually had downloaded the template earlier. Here is that file that I have. I'll go ahead and import that. And Business Central sees in that spreadsheet, I've got 10 customers, 3 vendors, and 9 items. And that's all we're migrating into this. I get a prompt that tells me those tables were processed. I don't have any errors. And then when I click on finish, let's go look at that. So I click on the customers as an example, and you can see all the customers that I brought over. Again, no balances, but I just brought in some master records. And the same for our items. I brought in some items here from that spreadsheet. And so the goal of this presentation was just to show you how easy it is to get up and running in the cloud, and also take advantage of your knowledge through the embedded learning experience.